Hello everybody and welcome to FEMME FLEX Friday. I'm Alina Popa and today I'm going to be your host today on a very special episode with 4 of the 2020 Olympia Women's Physique Division finalists. So today we have Sarah Villegas with us, Natalia Coelho, Barbara Menage and Ivy Rain. Ladies, welcome to our show. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
So we all know that 2020 has been quite a year, right? That's an understatement. But I was so happy to see that we actually had the Olympia happening and to see all 4 of you ending up in the top 5 there on that prestigious stage. So I wanted to ask you, it's always been on the top of everybody's mind. How did you girls prepped for the Olympia? Because we all know during the lockdown there were not many gyms open and everybody had to struggle. So Sarah, what are the peculiarities of your 2020 Olympia prep?
Well, first of all, thank you. I'm really happy to be here with all of you guys. Good to see you girls again about a month later. So for me this year, actually, I'm in a very fortunate position. My husband and I, Ali, we own a gym. And so for us, my training wasn't really that interrupted because we had a facility that we own that I was actually able to train. So for me, anything else, if anything, we just didn't really have like the traffic from the gym. So it was kind of better on some days. But so mine, like I said, I was very fortunate in that I had a gym that I was able to still go to. So my training was pretty uninterrupted, which is, I recognize is a huge blessing. And like you mentioned, I just want to follow up on that, just so thankful that, we even had an Olympia and that we were able to, to be on the stage because, we were all kind of up in the air, I'm sure, throughout the year, knowing if it would happen or not. So it was good to see it take place.
That's ideal. I think this is the best case scenario, right? You own your own gym.
Right.
Fantastic. How about you, Natalia?
Yes. First of all, thank you for having me. Hey, girls, again. But yes, it was not easy for me because I do not have a gym or anything like that. Everywhere was closed. So, but I was fortunately enough to find a place that I could go. It's like a private gym, but it's about 2 hours from my house. So I was making the trip every day and just sneaking in, getting my training done. So I think like we have to find a way to get things done no matter what.
So
and that's what
literally be 4 hours on a drive for one workout.
Every single day. And I do have cardio machine at home. So I would do my cardio home and then I would drive 2 hours there, 2 hours to come back, 7 days a week, 6 days a week, actually. But
that's awesome. You make it happen, right?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's what we do. We have to find a way to get things done. And, at least I had somewhere to go because I know a lot of people were like in much worse situations where they could not go anywhere and they just had to stop training at home. So at least I had a place to go and I always try to find a positive out of, any bad situations.
Absolutely. Barbara, I know that France was under lockdown at least 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. One of them was in November when they shut down all the gyms again, right? How did you do this?
Yeah. So in France, in Paris, all gyms were closed. Sorry for my English. Sorry. I try to speak like I can. Sorry. So in France, all gyms were closed during 3 months, and I tried to train at home, but it was so difficult because I don't have any machine. So I stayed 3 months without train. Then after these 3 months, I found a gym out of Paris, 2 hours from Paris. So every day I go to this gym. And it's like that I finished my prep and it was so difficult. A lot of stress, very tired every day.
I can imagine.
Oh,
But you found a gym just like Natalia, 2 hours away. So you kept on making the drive. Ivy, how about you?
First of all, thank you for having me here. It's awesome when seeing the girls again. I'm fortunate to have a gym at home.
Oh.
Honestly, we set up the gym when the started the lockdown because I was supposed to do a show in May, so I started prepping in February. I think it was the most challenging thing. It's this thing like shows getting canceled or rescheduled. Because as soon as I started the lockdown, we set up a gym at home. We used to have a gym in Brazil, so we knew right about equipment and everything. So I could keep training here. I still training at home some days, especially doing legs. But I think for me, it's the real challenge was not about training, but about not knowing when it's going to be on stage.
I agree. There's always that insecurity. You want to see that goal. It's a prep is so intensive, and it just pulls everything out of you. So having a goal set and going according to the plan, to the last details, is very important for us as bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Anyway, you girls made it with sometimes sacrifices, but how was your experience eventually? You all got to the Olympia. Obviously, you're all top 5 at the Olympia, so that was extremely successful for you. But how was the 2020 Olympia as an experience for you? Let's not forget that it was moved within a month of happening from Vegas to Orlando. And just tell me, how did you perceive it? How was it for you? Barbara?
Yeah, so for me, it was very, very difficult because I don't know at the beginning if it was possible for me to travel. So first of all, it was very everything was closed. Okay, so for me it was special because I traveled 3 countries before arrive in Orlando. So I go to Guadeloupe, then St. Martin, then Miami, and after Orlando.
So was this one trip, or you had stops and stayed there?
So I stay in Guadeloupe 1 week.
Okay.
Then in Martin, I stay 1 day, and after I go to Miami 3 hours only in transfers, and then to Orlando. But if Mr. Olympia took place in Las Vegas, I think I don't know if it was possible to me to go to Las Vegas. So when I hear the event take place in Orlando, it was a good thing for me.
Okay, so the change was good for you. How about you, Sarah? How was the 2020 Olympia experience for you? Of course, beyond you winning it, which was pretty awesome.
That obviously, that helps us. I thought it was great. Like you mentioned, it was moved about a month, I think 4 weeks before the deadline. And I remember when I saw the announcement, I was thinking like, oh my God, I was in panic mode, kind of like what Ivy was saying. For me, throughout the year, it was a little weird, like mentally kind of training, not knowing like exactly when it was going to be. So then finally, like, okay, they said, these are the dates, this is the place, and you kind of have like a calm. And then I had like this kind of like anxiety when they moved it again. So I can only imagine what it was like for you guys having to, move all that. But I think it turned out really well. I personally really liked having everything all in one venue.
That's exactly what I wanted to say too. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's okay. We had probably like 30, 35 plus people come with us from Dallas. And they all said the same thing, like it was great having everything all together, all in one venue and stuff. So I think it was, definitely kudos for even having it, but I think it was just extra special this year given the circumstances. And then obviously, like you said, it always feels good to win and get first place. So that helps too.
I love that setting, as you said. I remember in Vegas when I was competing, and at that time it was in September and it's really hot. So just trying to get a cab or get on a bus from the Orleans all the way to the convention center, and it's always so busy, so crowded. This was so smooth for me as well. Yeah. Natalia,
Hey,
how was this for you?
honestly, of course, it was like hard for everybody because of the change of dates and all this stuff. But I love it, especially because I live in Orlando, so it was a little easier for me. But to be honest, I was expecting, of course, with the whole team. I know you guys work so hard, but I was not expecting the show to be so well organized. So like everything that we went through in 4 weeks to change locations like that, I was impressed. The stage was beautiful and everything was very well organized backstage as well. So I just love it. And another thing that I thought was awesome about the Orlando location is that my family, my friends, everybody had something to do after. So not only like the fans come and watch the show and have fun, but the family members, the guys, they can go to like parks. There are so many attractions here. So I really like the change and I really hope they keep it here, because if last year, with all the things that we went through, the show was so good. Imagine this year with more time to plan ahead and all that stuff. So I'm excited to see what they're going to decide. But I love the experience. I love the stage. I love everything about Orlando. Everything in one place, as Sarah said, as you said, made everything easier for our lives, the athletes, the fans, the family, everybody.
That's fantastic. How about you, Ivy? Do you think that you prefer Orlando over Vegas?
Yeah, honestly, for me, like Natalia said, it was much easier. No flights, no traveling, like because I live here in Orlando, so it's so much easier. I didn't need even to find someone to stay with my kids, so that's make me more calm to the show. So, and like they said, everything in one place and more attractions for everybody that come to watch the show, to see us. I think it was amazing. I love it. It was great. I really hope they keep here.
That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear all this great feedback from you girls. And we're going to be back after this commercial break.
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, you know I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
And we're back with our top 5 women's physique division at the 2020 Olympia. Ladies, it's so awesome to see you again here. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the upsets of the division, right? I've heard from multiple people before going into this, right, that Shanique Grant was kind of like the favorite, people were expecting her to win, but it didn't turn out that way. A lot of things changed, right? What's your take on this, Sarah? As the winner,
I mean, obviously, I'm very happy that I won. But from my perspective, I don't really see it as an upset. Like you mentioned, I would take it a step further. I mean, there were some media outlets that were going farther than just having her the favorite. Kind of even unofficially declaring her the winner. And I say it every year. Any show I go into, I'm training and I'm preparing to win. I won this year, so it was definitely a great feeling. Obviously very, very happy with the outcome, and yeah, I'm just I couldn't be more excited.
How about you, Natalia? What do you think?
I don't see it as upset, because we never know who's going to win. Even though she was the winner for 2 years or so, she has a great genetics, she has a nice shape, and that doesn't mean she's going to win every year. We never know who's going to show up. So that's what I always say, like, you can only judge the show when you see people standing next to each other. Because everybody on social media, everybody looks good on pictures. They're not going to show, like, your flaws. They're not going to post pictures that they don't look good. So I just think it's part of the sport. It's up to the judges. I was very happy with the package that I brought. I feel like I improved my physique a lot from last year to this year. I listened to the judges' feedback and I adjusted what I had to adjust. They said they could see the difference. My symmetry was better. The overall package, everything that I had to do, I've done. And that's all what I can do. So to me, that was a victory. I feel like a winner to me. And everybody has your own time. Sarah won this last year, so congratulations to her. Well deserved. I don't really listen to what people say in social media because they are not. Most of these people who are talking things.
It's good to be informed, right, of the general public's opinion, but don't take it personal into your world and give it emotions, right?
And that's the thing. Everybody has your favorite, So if you don't see your favorite winning, they get upset. But they have to understand that it's part of the sport. It's a game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't.
That's right.
Heads up, come back to the game, fight harder, do what you can do. And that's it. But I don't see it as an upset. I just think that puts more fire in the game. It should be even more exciting to come back this year and fight for the title. That's how I see it.
Sarah, what do you think that pulled you in front this year?
Say that one more time. I couldn't
What
hear
do you think that pulled you in front this year?
I just think it was just an overall package, and obviously this is bodybuilding and you're looking for, in any category, you're looking for the total package. But, like Natalia said, every year you come back and you strive to be better. So, I looked at my physique last year and I thought I had brought a very great package. But just making, the improvements that were necessary, bringing up certain body parts, creating more of a V-taper, and then obviously bringing in the same conditioning that I always bring in, and just really, presenting it, posing it right, and just, I think it was just everything. I took the whole year. Like we mentioned, I was fortunate enough to not have my training interrupted. And so I just came back bigger and better and, with more fire after last year's placing or 2019 placing. And, it paid off.
Talking about a big surprise, Barbara over here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, she only turned pro in October 11th, 2020, winning the the NPC World by European Championship. And then the next day, she got to compete with the pros, got second, qualified for the Olympia, went to the Olympia, and ended up fourth. I mean, what a tremendous career! Like within three months. How was it all for you? Was it like a roller coaster, Barbara?
For me, it was a very, very good experience. It was exceptional for me. I fight during last year for this place. For me, it was very important to be on stage, on Olympia stage. So I fight to win in October. And when I was qualified for Olympia, it was I was very proud. It was a very good experience for me. I'm very proud of my place. Everything was okay, and organization was very good. On stage, I felt in my family, and the top five are very exceptional for me.
Absolutely.
So to be with all the girls was a very, very good experience for me.
It just felt for us like you came out of nowhere and is that amazing shape, and everybody was like, "Wow, who's that?" But Ivy, you were not too far away from this. Last year you were 15th right, at the
Yeah.
Olympia, and then this year you got second in Omaha, and then you won New York, right?
Tampa.
Tampa, you won Tampa. And there you go, you finished in top 5.
Yes. I'm really, really happy with the package I brought and my presentation and my placement. That was my goal, honestly, being in top 5, because coming from 15th to 5th, it was a huge step. So I'm really happy. Of course, nobody train, I think, like nobody trains to be 5th or 6th, or
Absolutely.
everybody's preparing to win. But being realistic, I know I have some things to work on. So my goal, it was to be in top 5, and I'm really, really, really proud.
Absolutely. You should be proud. And there's always places, muscles, everything on our body that we can always improve, right? Even if we're
Yeah.
first, we can always keep on improving, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel, this pressure on you, Sarah? Do you feel any pressure? Do you feel any responsibility now that you're the champion?
So, well, yes. So there's two parts to that. I kind of misinterpreted your question, but being on the top of the category, that's a huge responsibility. And number one, it's a huge blessing that I'm so grateful for. But yes, you have a large number of people looking up to you, and even all of us, in the top 5. It's your responsibility to present the category well through the things that you do. And that's both on the stage and off the stage. And one thing that I hope to, show to other people through my actions and through my behavior is that you don't have to feel like pressured to do things a certain way. And leading by example in that, and just really being a positive advocate for, obviously, like, we want to share fitness and everything, but just representing the women's physique category well. All of us are in a fortunate enough position to where the women's physique category is young, but it's not new anymore. And so right now, the category is really starting to develop its identity, and the way that we all, present both, like I said, on the stage and off the stage, will set the tone for the next years to come. And so I just, it's a great place to be. It is a lot of responsibility, but it's a fun and exciting challenge to kind of take on.
Absolutely. Do you feel like you were more motivated from second to go to first, or you are motivated to keep on that title? What do you think is heavier, harder?
That's close. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. When I was in second, you're so close, and you're like, oh man, it's just in reach, and you can taste it and you can smell it. So that's obviously, like a really big drive. And I'm excited for next year, being on top and then, like, winning it. It's kind of this reassurance. So it really gives you a lot of motivation to, like, okay, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm doing things right. And so that just puts a lot of fire in you for this, next coming year. So we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely very eager and very excited to get back on stage next year. But as far as which is more, I don't know. I can't say yet.
Okay, well, next year or by the end of the year when you're going to have Olympia, I will need an answer.
There you go.
Because you go through this, during the prep, and then you're going to know exactly the answer.
That's right.
I was not fortunate enough by choice to be in the position where I have to defend my title. So I don't know myself how it is. Barbara, are you going to tell me what are your plans for this year? What do you plan to improve?
So I think every year we have to improve ourselves. I think physique is not finished to grow.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is always something to improve. So for me, I have to stay on the good way, but I have a little things I have to improve, like my shoulder, maybe. I don't know. There is already something to improve. But with my coach, we plan together.
Yep.
What we could do better every year. So I let my coach decide for me what we can improve for this year. But I am sure I will have a physique better than last year. I'm sure.
Absolutely. Natalia, how about you? Where are there areas where you would like to fine-tune things or bring up, or if there's such a thing?
Yes. So the first thing I did after the show was to talk to the judges and see what they think, because that's what matters the most. They can see things that I cannot see. And then when I got their feedback, I talked to my coach, and then we're going to focus on that. Pretty much my middle back needs to be a little bit thicker. I don't need any more width, according to Sandy and Steve. So I just need to focus a little bit more on my middle back, maybe my arms, but I have to be careful. I mean, everybody in this category, any category actually, have to be careful, because sometimes when they try to focus on one area, they lack the other area, or they just throw the symmetry off. So that's something that, like a mistake that I made in the past, trying to grow my arms, and then my symmetry was a little off. And that's something I'm not going to do it again. I learned my lesson. But according to them, I am, like everything looks good. I just need to focus more on my back, my middle back. And that's what I'm going to be focusing and trying to improve on that, because I feel like everything else that they told me the previous year, they said, you made it, you changed it, you made the improvements that we needed to do. Now you're just like one step away. So let's focus on that and see how it's going to go.
Thank you. Ivy, tell me, what do you plan to bring for 2021? What's your package going to be like?
Yeah, right after the show, the feedback that I got, it was to work on my legs, a little bit sweep quads, and more separations. Don't touch anything on upper body. And I was happy, because that's what I thought, that I need. I'll work on my legs to catch up with my upper body. So I know I can, and I don't want to grow anymore my back or my shoulders or arms. I just need to keep it. And so the plan now is just work on legs, quads especially.
That's fantastic. We're all excited.
No more glutes.
We're all excited to see everything your girl's going to bring on stage next year. But ladies, I have one question for you. So when I look at Ivy, okay, I always thought she looks like Evangelina Jolie. But our media manager, Patricia Kanyas, said, no, that's not true. She looks like Hilary Swank. I want you three to look at her and give me your verdict.
I would say she's probably closer to Angelina Jolie. Her hair is a little lighter, but I think the face matches a little more.
Because of the lips.
And your hair. Yeah.
The lips. I say Angelina Jolie. Yes, your lips, the hair, I don't know, it just reminds me of her.
Barbara?
Yeah, I agree.
Angelina, not Hillary.
Yeah.
So I can go and tell Patricia that she lost. Okay, guys, we'll see you shortly after this commercial.
Joe Weider's Olympia here in Orlando, Florida. A little bit strange coming out of Las Vegas for all of those years.
Good evening, and welcome to the event that nearly never happened.
There's been an absence of a particular group of people on this stage that are back tonight. Tonight I'm here to say, welcome back to Miss Olympia.
And welcome back. Ladies, I have some questions for you from our social media followers, and some of them are funnier than the others. You want to hear them?
Yeah.
So one of them is actually asking me how long does your contest prep diet take, and if you have any cheat meals in your contest diet.
So usually my prep is, my contest prep is usually about 18 to 20 weeks. And I do not have any cheat meals. So
Zero?
Zero, I know. And it's funny because I talk to other people and they say the same thing. Oh my gosh. But I'll have, like higher calorie meals. I'll have like a steak or something like that every once in a while if I need to. But nope, it's about 20 weeks and it's just straight all the way through.
That sounds fantastic. Lots of structure and dedications and perseverance. How about you, Ivy?
Yeah, it's about 20 weeks of prep. I wouldn't say cheat meals. Sometimes we have a kind of refeed, but it's always, in the program, like exactly numbers of sushis or steak and something, not cheat meal, but
okay, so it's more like a refeed because it's controlled, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Natalia,
Not
how
a
about
free
you?
meal.
I bet you don't do 20 weeks. If I was to guess, you do maybe 12.
Yes, well, I could say 12 weeks, but I would say actually the whole year because I'm always prepping. Like I always eat the same clean foods. And the only thing that changes is the amount of food. So I feel like prepping all year round, But I did not have any cheat meals as well. And the only thing we did was like higher days. And those days I would only increase the amount of food, the amount of carbs, like switch a little bit the type of carbs, but still the same carbs, like clean carbs. I would never go out and have burgers and pizza and things that I see other athletes doing. And not only because my body is used to the food that I've been eating all prep, and I don't want to, mess up my gut and just feel bloated or whatever, but also because I believe that's key for conditioning. Like it's okay, you can look good having your cheat meals, but I believe your conditioning is going to be much better if you stick to the clean sources and to whatever your body is used to. And that's what I did. And usually it's about 12 to 14 weeks.
Okay, 12 to 14 weeks. Barbara, how long is your prep?
Yeah, my prep is about 4 months or 5 months, and I have no cheat meal during all this period.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing all these details of your prep with us, guys. And I want to end up with one special question. So I want to know if each and every one of you has any special abilities. As in, I can sing, I can dance, I can paint. I want to know your superhuman ability. Sarah.
I wouldn't call it a superhuman ability, but I grew up doing dance and gymnastics. And actually, before Physique was a category, I toyed around with maybe doing fitness. Obviously, that didn't happen, and the Physique category, was created. But so yeah, I can still do some handstands and cartwheels and back handsprings and all that kind of stuff. But
okay, we didn't know that. Natalia, what's your exceptional ability?
Well, when I was in Brazil, I used to play soccer and I used to fight Muay Thai. So that's something that I love it, like fighting and doing like kickbox, Muay Thai, things like that. But also because of my mom, I used to do ballet as well. Oh. So that's something that helped me a lot with my posture, with the way that I present myself. So I would say like Muay Thai and ballet are the two things that are my superpowers. I don't know how you call that. But
Barbara, how about you?
Yeah, so I was a sprinter, and I was already bodybuilding. Yeah. And my physique was as a bodybuilder. So, and then I I have a choice to continue sprint or sprinter, to be a sprinter, or to become a bodybuilder. So
you are into
the
track and
choice.
field. You're a sprinter.
Yeah.
That leaves us to Ivy. Tell us your secret.
I always been in sports. I played handball, volleyball, but I think the one that I was really good at was swimming.
Okay.
I did a few competitions back there in Brazil, and I love it. I think that if I had continued doing this, it would be good. But I love being women's physique.
Well, you're
I found my
obviously really
place.
good at
Yeah.
what you do right now. Well, ladies, I want to thank you so much for your time, for chiming in, being
Thank
here
you.
with us, and sharing with our followers and your followers and sport a little bit about yourself. We want to wish you all the best in this season, and we're so excited to see you on stage in 2021.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for all what you guys been doing for us as well. Because of course we are here to represent the sport, but we are all a family. It doesn't matter if I'm
Absolutely.
first, second, third. So we need to fight together. We need to make sure we do our best to make our sport grow. And seeing Jake in the power now, like doing everything that he's been doing, is just amazing. So I am very thankful for what you guys do as well. And thank you for having me here today.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies, and
Yeah,
thank you, guys.
Thank you, girls. Good to
Thank
see
you for being here with us on a new episode of FEMME FLEX Friday, and we'll catch you guys next time.